running water. Water's a really controversial topic, isn't it? Because people tell you how much you should drink, and it's 8 glasses or 2 litres. That seems to be the common recommendation. But here's the challenge: what size glasses? And what if you are in a hot country or a cold country? What if you are a person who sweats a lot? You don't sweat at all. What if you're a bigger person versus a littler person? So why is there such an exact recommendation for water? 8 glasses or 2 litres. How about I need to be hydrated, because if I'm dehydrated, I'm going to have a brain that doesn't work and I'm going to have a body that doesn't work. And how do I know that I'm hydrated, which is my favourite topic of all, because it's fun. Drink more water till you've got clear weeds. Drink more water till you've got clear weeds. That's just really logical. So if you've got yellow stinky tinkle and you don't do very much, then obviously you are lacking in water and you need some more. The extremes of it are really interesting though, because if you don't have enough water, you'll die. You can go your whole life without exercise. You can go maybe weeks without food, but a couple of days without fluid and you die. But if you drink too much water, you'll die, and there are a few cases, very rare, but there are a few people that have died from drinking too much water. So it's somewhere in between. So if you check the colour of your tinkle and it's clear and it's long, you've done a lot of tinkle each time, then you're doing really well. It's a really simple way to measure. And if you are dehydrated, obviously your brain's not working, so you can't think clearly, you don't have any energy. I had a really horrible experience the first marathon I ever ran. For 2 or 3 days, in fact it was awful. I was vomiting for 3 days after the marathon. Ended up very, very unwell, and suggested by the cardiologist, which I ended up with tachycardia, so very high heart rate, was because I ran the marathon dehydrated. So you don't want to be dehydrated, but you also, if you drink too much, you'll die. The reason I'm talking about water is it's a very important substance, yeah? We have kids who don't like to drink water. I've got a husband that doesn't like to drink water. So here's a great question. What do you do with people that don't like to drink clear water? Like this, look at this, it's coming straight off the mountains. It's got to be gorgeous. But could we replace water with fluid? How much fluid do you need? Because we get fluid from lots of things, and that's when you start looking at the research and the study on hydration. That most of our foods are full of water. Well, we call it watermelon for a reason, because it's 90% or more water. But most of the foods we eat have water in them, and we talk about I've got to have 8 glasses. But the research done on how much water you need to drink was never done on how much water are you drinking. It was how hydrated are you, and where's that water coming from? So here's a great question. Why don't we just question everything? When people tell you something, you need to drink 8 glasses, and a lot of people walk around going, I haven't had my 8 glasses today. What if 8 glasses is not enough? I haven't drunk my 2 litres today. Well, what if it's too much? What if you don't need that much and you're forcing yourself to drink even if you don't feel like it? Now this is where I get really excited, because when you're fit and strong and you've got a body that works effectively, so all the systems in your body are working together, central nervous system, endocrine system, cardiovascular, respiratory system, skeletal and muscular system, digestive system, when they all work together, all of that's controlled by your hormones, your endocrine system, and your hormones will tell you when you need to drink water. Rowie, you're dehydrating, you need to drink. Rowie, you've had enough, stop drinking. Start eating, stop eating. Go to sleep, get up. That's what hormones do. They make sure that we get everything that we need so that we can live our life to the max. So, if you get fit and if you get strong, is it possible that all of that will look after itself? You'll drink when you're thirsty, you'll stop drinking when you're not thirsty anymore. If you've got long clear weeds, and it's just a really good way to test. If you go for a tinkle next time and it's yellow, if you go for a tinkle and not very much comes out and it's yellow and it's stinky, then obviously you need to get some more fluid into your body. And notice I didn't say water, because we get fluid from everything. Most foods have fluid in them, and there are a lot of people who don't drink water at all, but they're still hydrated. But they will get, people say, oh, you're not going to be healthy because you don't drink enough water. Well, I'll use again, my husband's a classic example of that. He doesn't like to drink water. He drinks a lot of coffee, and he drinks a lot of Pepsi, Diet Pepsi Max, and he drinks a lot of alcohol, but he doesn't like to drink water. And that's not please don't make a judgment on that. If you're fit and if you're strong, your body will tell you exactly what you need, when to start and when to stop. So if you want to live your life to the max, get out and appreciate the water, because right now, this dam we're at the moment, we're in severe drought. Normally this is a riverbed that's half a kilometre wide, and right now I'm standing where there's usually running water, and there's not at the moment. So Water is a very precious thing in our lives. If we don't get it, we die. We get power from, I live in a place in New Zealand where 75% of our power comes from water. It's hydroelectric. So it's a very important thing, but don't let somebody tell you what you should have and what you shouldn't have and can't have and mustn't have and don't have. Ask lots of questions and think for yourself so that you really can live your life to the max as a hydrated person. Woohoo!